Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Big slate today, starting with the Tampa Bay Rays versus the New York Yankees. Rays opening up as road favorites at -135. The Yankees +115 with the over-under at 8. Rays coming into this matchup 30-10. The Yankees 22-18. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 1.76. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 4.74. McClanahan, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Cortez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Tampa losing 5-6 yesterday against the Yankees. McClanahan's been so good on the mound. He's 7-0. One of the best pitchers in the league right now. I mean, he's been dominant. And yeah, I love the Rays with McClanahan on the mound. He's been just a beast on the mound this year, and I'm going to take the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at -200. Cincinnati +170 with the over-under at 7. Reds coming into this matchup 17-21. The Marlins 19-20. Pitching for the Reds is Levi Stout with an ERA of 15.75. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 4.74. Stout, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Reds on a 2-game winning streak, beating Miami 7-4 yesterday. Reds just 5-15 on the road, though. Not a very good road team. And Stout did not look good in his debut on the mound. Gave up a lot of runs, and I think I'm going to roll with the Marlins at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Detroit Tigers. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -170. Detroit +150 with the over-under at 8.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 19-19. Detroit 17-20. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 0.75. Pitching for Detroit is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 3.86. Miller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Faedo, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. Seattle beating Detroit 9-2 yesterday. Big win for Seattle. 5-1 on the road against Detroit. 7-1 straight up against Detroit here. Miller's been very good on the mound for the Mariners. Only given up 1 run in his last 2 starts, and I think I'm going to roll with Seattle on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -175. The Cubs +145 with the over-under at 7.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 19-19. The Twins 21-18. Pitching for the Cubs is Hayden Wesnecky with an ERA of 3.15. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.45. Wesnecky, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Cubs on a 2-game losing streak right now. 2-game winning streak, beating Minnesota yesterday 6-2. Big win for the Cubs. They're 5-0 on the road against Minnesota. 9-4 straight up against Minnesota, where they've been very good. Pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'll take a shot with the Cubs +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -125. Atlanta +110 with the over-under at 9.5. Braves coming into this matchup 25-13. Toronto 22-16. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 1.74. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 4.91. Elder, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Barrios, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Atlanta on a 2-game losing streak, losing 3-0 to Toronto yesterday. A nice win for Toronto. Atlanta 0-7 against Toronto, 1-6 on the road against Toronto. Crazy, they've struggled to beat Toronto, and definitely more than capable of beating Toronto here. Bryce Elder's been great on the mound. He's 3-0. And I think they're a good underdog. They could most definitely win against Toronto here. And I'll take Braves plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Mets opening up as road favorites at -140. Washington plus 130 with the over-under at 9. Mets coming into this matchup 19-20. The Nationals 16-22. Pitching for the Mets is Joey Lucchesi with an ERA of 4.43. Pitching for the Nationals is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 4.25. Lucchesi, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Williams, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Mets beating Washington 3-2 yesterday. It was about time they really get a win. I mean, they've been so bad here. Mets are 5-2 against Washington, 4-1 on the road against Washington. I simply just don't trust the Mets. They just have not been playing very good at all. And I'm still going to take a shot with Washington plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Oakland Athletics. Rangers opening up as road favorites at -135. Oakland plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 3.82. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 5.54. Gray, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Sears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Rangers losing to Oakland yesterday. Definitely a little disappointing loss for Oakland, but that's how it is. Oakland's going to get some wins, you know. That's how it's going to be. But still going to trust the betting against Oakland strategy. I mean, I still think it's a great strategy based on what Oakland's done, how poorly they've played so far this year. And I'll take my chances with the Rangers on the road again. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -135. St. Louis plus 110 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Cardinals is Steven Matz with an ERA of 5.70. Pitching for Boston is Chris Sale with an ERA of 6.37. Matz, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Sale, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 10 strikeouts. St. Louis beating Boston 8-6 yesterday. They're 4-1 in their last 5. They're starting to pick things up a bit here. They are just 2-6 against Boston. Matz hasn't really been the best on the mound for the Cardinals this season. Chris Sale really hasn't been that good either, honestly. He's been giving up some runs. I don't know. I think I'm going to take a shot with the Cardinals plus 1.5 on the road in this one. All right, next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Cleveland Guardians. Angels opening up as road favorites at -125. Cleveland plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Angels coming into this matchup 21-18. The Guardians 17-21. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 5.10. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA of 3.89. Detmers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Montreal, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Angels, coming off a Cleveland win yesterday, winning 5-4. The Angels, 1-11 on the road against Cleveland, 6-14 against Cleveland. Yeah, they really do struggle on the road here. They got the win yesterday, pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'll take a shot with Cleveland plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Pittsburgh plus 145 with the over-under at 8.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 21-18. Baltimore 25-13. Pitching for the Pirates is Roansy Contreras with an ERA of 4.74. Pitching for the Orioles is Tyler Wells with an ERA of 3.15. Contreras, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Wells, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. The Pirates 1-9 in their last 10, losing to Baltimore 6-3 yesterday. Baltimore on a 3-game winning streak. It's been rough for the Pirates. They've been absolutely horrible. 1-9 on the road against Baltimore here, and I'm going to roll with the Orioles at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 165. Kansas City plus 140 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 12-28. The Brewers 21-17. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 5.18. Pitching for the Brewers is Adrian Hauser with an ERA of 3.86. Greinke, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Hauser, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Milwaukee winning 5-1 yesterday against the Royals. Nice win for them. Royals 1-5 on the road where they do struggle here, and I like the Brewers at home, and I'm gonna take Milwaukee in this one. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Houston plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Houston coming into this matchup 20-18. The White Sox 13-27. Pitching for the Astros is Brandon Bilak with an ERA of 4.15. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 5.58. Bilak, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Cease, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Houston on a 3-game winning streak right now, beating the White Sox 5-1 yesterday. 10-4 on the road, 4-2 on the road against the White Sox here. I think Houston's a good underdog today, and I'll take Houston plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Padres plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Padres coming into this matchup 19-20. The Dodgers 24-15. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 6.75. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 3.77. Musgrove, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Urias, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Padres on a 3-game losing streak, losing to the Dodgers 4-2 in the last game. Dodgers playing well, 8-2 in their last 10. And the Padres just 3-16 on the road against the Dodgers. They just really do struggle on the road against the Dodgers here. Musgrove hasn't been that great this season. He's coming off a good game, but his prior games have been very bad. And I think I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Colorado Rockies. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 155. Colorado plus 130 with the over-under at 11.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 5.08. Suarez making his first start of the season today. And then Feltner, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Philly on a 4-game winning streak, beating Colorado 6-3 in the last game. They're playing well right now. 9-1 straight up against Colorado, and yeah, I like the way the Phillies are looking right now, and I think I'll take a shot with the Phillies on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -165. The Giants +150 with the over/under at 8. Giants coming into this matchup 17-20. Arizona 20-18. Pitching for the Giants is Anthony DeSclafani with an ERA of 2.80. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 2.36. DeSclafani, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Arizona beating the Giants yesterday 7-5. Nice win from the Diamondbacks. And yeah, I really like Gallen on the mound. He's been very good this season for Arizona, and pretty dominant actually. And yeah, I'm liking Arizona here. I really like Gallen on the mound. He's been a beast, and I think I'm gonna take Arizona at home. And that's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.